Frankly, I have.
Okay. This is 68.
Yes.
Young Getting Podcast, episode 68.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Yes, niggas. Hey, it's Nina.
And Ashley back with the bullshit.
And this is the Young and Getting It Podcast. Just so you know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Getting It Podcast. There's no G at the end of getting because we are young millennials. Subscribe, rate, and review for us. You know, listen up and tell us how we are. We're also on SoundCloud.com/WeAreYAGIP. Please follow and comment on there. And thank you for all the comments, follows, and all around the world that are listening to us because it is amazing. We appreciate it. We're also on YouTube.com. Just search Young and Getting It Podcast. You'll see a cartoon version of me and Ashley. Please subscribe and comment on those videos.
You can also find us on Instagram at YAGI_podcast. Or you could look for us on our website, www.weareyagip.com. And if you would like to get in touch with us, you could hit us up on our Google Voice or our email. Our email is Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com, and our Google Voice number is 323-486-3811.
Back to the bullshit.
Yeah, so just random, quick topic. Okay, have you seen that women are really getting lip injections? They look like fucking idiots.
I mean, yes, I have noticed that shit. And there's this one girl that I saw on Instagram, and I remember it was like a year ago. She was just like getting hot on Instagram. Her lips were normal, and like I came across her again, and she has the biggest, ugliest, nasty lips I've ever seen now. And they're like all stiff and shit, and you know like how they always look pouty?
Yeah.
That's what they look like.
I don't know why people go for that. Okay, this is the thing. If I went to a doctor and said, I want lip injections just to fix the shape or something of my lips, but I don't want it to look like how people's
like
lips
how
are looking.
the outer line,
The
like
outer
the
line
line
is expanded. And then he gave me that. I would be so pissed.
I'd be like, dissolve this shit right now.
Right.
Dissolve this shit right the fuck now.
If you can't keep it within the lines, we don't need to do it.
Like, why are you a doctor?
Like, okay. What men are like, oh, yeah, she look like this and she got them dumbass lip injections and I'm still fuck with her
like,
heavy.
I can't imagine, like, a dude, like, I don't know, niggas is basic, like, getting that shit wrapped around their dick. Like, all they think about is getting their dick sucked. Not all the time do they necessarily care about how the lips look that are sucking their dick.
They're just like some balloons.
They're like, oh,
so
there's something on my dick. Okay.
Right.
Cool.
Right. That is the
valid.
thought. Can she be possibly on my dick one day?
Yes.
That is the ultimate goal. I think she will sit on it. Okay. I'm going to talk to her.
Yep. That's all niggas care about.
Yeah. Okay. So
you had requested that I watch so I watched some of the R. Kelly because I was on CNN, and then I didn't watch the Leaving Neverland. I almost called it Surviving Neverland. When I was looking it up earlier, I legit called it Surviving Neverland. But I remember I was talking with one of my, like, I guess you could call him my friend. I don't know. It's like an Instagram friend. Like, you know, somebody in real life that I never met, but y'all talk a lot.
Exactly.
So I was talking to Yogi the Shooter, and we were talking about how, like, in the grand scheme of things, when you watch these shows, like, it gives the people that are harming people money, like, essentially. Because R. Kelly did not do that fucking interview with Gail for free. I don't think that was a free deal right there. He had to have some type of, like, reasoning to go on there and do it besides the bullshit that he said of, like, wanting to clear his name.
And there's many points that just really strike me heavy. First of all, he lives in Trump Tower, and that was taped in Trump Tower.
In Chicago, that's where he lives.
R. Kelly is not intelligent. Second of all, this nigga on TV said, I have $350,000 in my bank. And he didn't flinch when he said it because he is so uneducated that he's not aware that he has been That's probably the only part of the interview I believe him.
Yeah,
is when
that's
he
the
says
only
people
part
robbed
that
me.
was real. Because that nigga can't read. Like the way that he went on that show and was talking, I was like, oh yeah, this nigga definitely can't read.
He sounds like someone who was getting
Ignorant.
D's and F's in school.
Yes.
He genuinely. Okay, sorry. I have so many points, and
There was a lot going on. Like as much as I am tired of these whole shenanigans and nothing else happening. Well, you know, Chance the Rapper got married. Shout out to Chance. Woo woo.
Yeah. He did it all secret.
Yeah,
and
he
shit,
did
yeah.
it. I think it was Saturday, but I saw the pictures today.
Yeah.
But it's just like I want something else to be happening because I'm tired of talking about this. Like, nigga, you guilty. Nobody feels bad for you.
He said, what did he say? What do they call double jeopardy? You can't double jeopardy me. They're like, this is a different case.
This is new, bro.
But if you could read and was
You would
intelligent,
understand.
you would know that you did this to more than one person. He thinks that because he got away with it in court once, that it covers all of the molestations that he did.
It's like that's probably why that nigga went back to doing it.
Nigga.
If he's that he is that dumb. But okay, so Rashad and I were watching it, and like I was telling Rashad, I was like, child, this shit is so funny. Like I really like thought like Trapped in the Closet music was about to start playing when he stood up. Like
People
if it
called
really,
it that.
yeah, like he really sounded like he was singing when he stood up.
That was just what I was about to say when I said I have
Yeah.
another point. Do you realize when he was screaming, his voice was beautiful?
Yes, it was being all melodic. Like
I was like,
nigga, you're acting. I don't believe you because you were doing that sociopath thing where you cry and there's no fucking tears.
oh my God.
It took him forever to produce
yes.
tears. Like, my nigga, if you really sad, them tears is gonna start coming.
They're gonna
Azrael,
pour.
your tears are fucking fake.
Yeah.
His acting was fake. She just was upset because her bag about to get fucked up.
You know, Azrael, as soon as I saw her, I said, oh, so he got you some cute clothes and some makeup and hair, huh? And you're just
satisfied.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm happy with the life I have.
Ooh, yeah.
Honey, ain't nobody jealous of you.
I need to show my kids nice things because Azrael is the result of not knowing what nice
Yeah.
things. That you got a nigga with 350,000 and you think you're lit.
This, honey.
Charlamagne was like, this nigga's supposed to have 300 million in his bank account. These niggas, and you know what's crazy? These niggas was robbing him because they know that if he tried to be like, give me my money back.
They'd be like, oh, you fucking kids though, bro.
Exactly.
The fuck you gonna do? And that's why he's saying now that everybody's coming after him for money. With the parents, I do believe initially they were trying to sell their daughters off for money.
You think
And
so?
then, girl,
They're trying to sell them to R.
not
Kelly?
like sell them off, not sell them officially, but they were trying to like exploit their children.
You think
And
so?
when the
Yeah.
exploitation didn't go as planned, that's when they were like, oh fuck, like we fucked up. Like as parents,
We
we
really
shouldn't
lost
have done
our
that.
kid.
Like, well, maybe we shouldn't have been that greedy. Maybe we shouldn't have done that.
They were
Like,
trying to like use their kid as bait, and they
Yes.
didn't realize they were gonna lose the bait.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, fucking dumbass kids.
Like, and so it's just like when Azrael was talking about how her parents were telling her to have sex with him to blackmail him. I'm like, for them to go that far, I don't know. But for them
Yeah.
to be like, oh, yes, go do music with him. Like, we'll let you go do this with him
Yep.
under certain constraints.
Mm-hmm.
I completely believe they did that.
Yep.
But as far as them like, oh, yeah, go have sex with him, record you having sex with him so that later on, if he don't do what he said he going to do, he can blackmail you. Like, I would hope as a parent you would love your kid more than
And
that.
you know why that's full of shit? Because she's aware that there's a sex tape with her and R. Kelly, and so she's like,
uh-oh.
she's planting a seed.
Yep.
So that if they see the tape, oh, my parents told me to do it.
Mhm.
It's like, no, R. Kelly tapes bitches, and he's been having an issue with that for about 2 decades.
Yep.
Don't try. No.
And like, okay, so this is like, it's slightly off topic, but in the same realm of like all these niggas fucking little ass fucking kids and shit. So somebody posted something about some famous white guy. I need to find it. It's this. Oh, there it is. It's this guy. What's his name? Woody Allen. And his 8-year-old adopted daughter,
yeah,
who
he
he
married
raised
her.
and groomed to be his wife, and he is now married to still. Somebody, I don't know whose page this is from. It says, "This is sick. He's not in jail, nor is he even talked about. This is the worst thing that I've seen or heard of, and I had to research for it." My question is, where are the Woody Allen memes? And it's just like,
First of all, there's too many people, but I'm positive there's a Woody Allen meme because even though I don't...
I feel like I've heard about somebody like referencing that he's a fucking
Yeah.
pedophile.
Even
It's
though
not that it's not unheard of. It's just like I don't think they get the same type of attention as black people do when they do crimes. Like people, that's it. That's all it is.
Black Twitter is just powerful.
Yeah.
But I've heard about Woody Allen a million times.
Me too. I'm like, this ain't new, but like, look, I don't know what to tell you. Like, after they're already in the situation, if they're not going to do anything for themselves, there's not much that we can do. So them two girls, let them be with R. Kelly.
And Woody Allen's actually intelligent, so he probably didn't record anything.
And if he did, that shit fucking not in a fucking duffel bag being carried around with him.
Yeah. Even that, we'll get to Michael Jackson in a second. But yeah, Woody Allen, everyone knows about Woody Allen, but it's like, I don't know. I'm not here telling people even send Jussie Smollett to jail. Like, that shit died down too. Yeah. So it's like, we can't keep up with all that shit, but there are memes about Woody Allen for sure.
It's just not as many. It's like, if y'all want people to know about these things, voice your opinion. Like, it's just like on Tumblr, like, I just saw something about this, how people be like, oh, why is nobody talking about this? How do you not know about this? And it's just like, there are different ways to educate people about things instead of insulting their intelligence or insulting like their humanity, saying, oh, like, you're not gonna treat everybody fairly. It's like, my nigga, I don't know about this. Like, if I'm black and I resonate with black culture, of course I'm going to know about something happening in black culture first than it happening in white culture, just because that doesn't resonate with me.
Yeah. And the commonality between them is that, like, people like Russell Simmons,
that shit is gone. He paid them bitches off and nobody ever talked about it again.
Well, this is the thing, is they're still talking about it. The commonality between Woody Allen and Russell Simmons is that they were quiet and disappeared.
They didn't make public statements like R. Kelly dumbass.
And Jussie Smollett.
Yeah.
Like these people are putting themselves in the front.
It's because they're like, I'm the victim here. Like, I'm the one that something's happening to. That's why Gail pulled his fucking rug and was like, it seems like you're playing the victim.
Oh my God, Gail. Like,
yes.
You don't know how many of us felt so warm and good.
Even when Azrael was trying to give you attitude, I almost jumped through the TV and whooped her ass.
I was so comfortable that Gail was the person doing this. Like, I've never felt that comfortable with the choice of interviewer.
Yep.
Than that interview right there.
Because if it was Don Lemon, I was like, yeah, nah, we good.
She was, God anointed her and said, you need to do this one here. Like, she was meant, because when he got up and he was acting, she said, Robert. She treated him like so the kid he was acting like.
She said, boy, if you don't sit your ass down,
we're not going to do this yelling at the cameras.
We're here to, he's like, yeah, I came here. Y'all, he was basically like, y'all here to listen to me though. No. And she was like, no, honey,
we're not gonna be yelling.
I'm gonna ask the questions and you provide the answers. Know your role.
And it was, one thing that I've literally never seen in an interview like this is Gail, even though she wasn't attacking him, you could tell her
she was
position.
Pissed.
You knew her position.
Oh, she's fucking pissed.
Nigga, you raped girls, so let's talk. Mm-hmm. That's Gail's position. Like, nigga, stop lying. Like, it's just like how Jada was like, you wasn't a little
right.
It's one of those things. Like,
I'm glad they didn't do a red table talk with him.
Oh my God, that would have been so full of shit.
Right.
That would have been so
low key. I want this nigga to keep doing interviews because it's like, you're gonna keep incriminating yourself because they could use this against you in court.
Who know how to hog tie?
Why is that the part? That is the part Rashad and I were laughing at. I don't know how to hog tie people. As we rewound that part like 3 times. And he was like, what's that thing called? A cult? Nigga, good fucking bye. Like, we know you're stupid
for so long.
Like, you could only play so fucking dumb and have people believe it.
It's always fucking like sexual criminals that just love to lie, and they get pretty good at it. But when we know you're a fucking liar,
like,
it
when
doesn't
you're
matter
full
how
of shit.
If we knew nothing, yeah, we might have believed you.
Yeah,
but it's like, Nick.
And that fake ass crying, like, bro.
Yeah, that tearless.
He's talking
cry,
about, I want to see my kids. Your kids are grown. Your
First
kids
of
don't
all,
fucking care about you.
I follow your daughter on Instagram, and she said you ain't gave it a motherfucking try
ever. So fuck out of here with that crying shit. Talking about, how am I take care of my kids if I can't work? Nigga, go suck dick. I don't know. Like,
161.
Figure it out.
That's all I know.
take that. He shouldn't have said how much he had in his bank account because now
half of that is
going to child
Andrea.
support. Like, my nigga, you are dumb.
This nigga went back to a basic. He might as well go to jail because this nigga lost all his money.
Right.
So that he can make that 50,000 stretch.
But it's like if he goes to jail now, all the rest of that money that he has will be like fees that he owes to the state. Like, you know how you get fines and shit?
Yeah.
Like,
that's why
that
he's
you
going
have
to
to
lose
pay.
his case. He can't afford the lawyers that other, like, for example, like the lawyers Jay-Z hired for 21 Savage, all that immigration shit. That's probably
Is
clear.
he fine?
He's still
I
here
never got
chilling.
the follow up.
He's
Okay, so
posted.
we're gonna assume he's fine
It was
because
just-
Jay-Z out here playing God.
He had already applied for his citizenship. It's just that it hadn't like finished processing. And you know, citizenship takes like 3 to 7 years. You
Which
know,
is
like,
dumb.
and so he said like I my shit expired, yes, but I did my part in like fixing that. So he's in America. I think he's starting another charity.
Okay.
Like, yeah, 21 is just living his life. He's
boss
being a dad
man.
because he got like 3 kids.
Yeah.
So he's
like
being a
that.
dad. He's acting all grown. It's really interesting. And then his music is like kill.
Yeah,
niggas.
kill niggas. I
Kill.
fuck bitches.
Fuck you.
I don't like plastic booties or lips. Ooh.
Yeah, I cheat a lot. Like, you know, like
But he made that song a lot. He feels bad. You
how
know?
much money you got? How
How
many,
many
times she
you cheated?
cried?
A lot. How many times you cheated? A lot. A lot.
How many times she leave? A lot. How many times? I'm like, damn.
My
Okay.
nigga, gas.
How many times you got
shit
shot at? A
out.
lot. How many niggas you
Right?
shot? A lot. Like,
Whoa.
wait, don't say that.
Whoa. I guess he said he's probably like, I said the got shot at part first, so he's like, I'm cool, I'm covered.
Yeah,
We
the
good.
lawyer was like self-defense.
Yeah, say that they shot at you first in the song. You might want to change that verse around. I wonder if like rappers have their lawyers in the booth because
I
like
would've that
clearly
too.
Bobby Shmurda didn't. Clearly, what's his name? Did Taxone? He didn't rap about it. He just
Taxstone was on. Fucking
he
surveillance.
lied though too. Like he did the podcast like the day after and was just calm as fuck.
Taxstone is a lying mother. Taxstone, we loved you and you fucking lied.
He'll be back.
It looks like you shot that nigga. This one girl who got shot in the crossfire was on Love and Hip Hop. Like, she was there that night and she was just sitting in like an upper area and like a bullet hit her in the leg. And she's like, I just remember being like, fuck, there's a bullet in my leg. Like, help me.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and still bullets going off while she's realizing a bullet just went into her leg. You know, the most freaking horrifying thing ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
You know, it's like Texas. And someone died. you
Yeah.
know, like, the nigga
It was like a bodyguard that died.
The
right?
nigga who he was shooting at, his bodyguard died. I was like, damn.
I mean, that's bodyguards' jobs. Sadly,
that sucks.
that sucks. But that's what you get. You sign up for it. I'm pretty sure that contract says you may die. Like, I don't feel like they could make you be a bodyguard without giving you the contract that says you may die.
Your
Like,
job is to save your life or someone else's.
it's like save their life and then make sure you don't die.
Yeah. Sorry. Me and my friend were dying laughing about the Lala Milan remake that I posted on my page. How she was like,
yes.
"No, what you ain't gonna do is stand over me like you did Gail." That shit had me dying. It's like, have you ever had sex with anyone that wasn't a minor? No.
And it's like, bruh, you got taken to court for this shit, and the only reason you got off is because the girl said that
She didn't testify.
she wouldn't say that it was her. Yeah.
Yeah, she wouldn't testify.
And then how Azariel was lying about her parents, saying that her parents, she tried to commit suicide because she didn't want to sing, but they had some medical records that said something otherwise. I'm like, the only problem I have with that is like, how did they get her medical records? Because that's a HIPAA. Because I'm like, if she was a minor at the time, her parents
She
may have
was.
been able to say, oh yeah, go ahead and release this.
Yep.
Like, since this little bitch want to lie.
Yeah.
Like,
Her parents are, and that's the thing that sucks about stories like this that go into the media is like, people leave shit out.
yeah.
In any other story in anybody's life in anything, people leave shit out, and it's like, we don't know what her parents might be leaving out in this story. Like, they might have really did a whole bunch of
some evil shit. Because I'm trying to think about it. Like, if your kid goes and just basically gets adopted, I guess, since they're a minor, kidnapped, abducted. Yes, abducted. That's the A
this
word
shit
I'm
just
looking
hella
for.
illegal.
So if your kid gets abducted and then you're like trying to get them to come home, and what? Like, do you think there would ever be a point you would just give them like, man, fuck it, like they're an adult now? Like,
Some people have said that on the Breakfast Club when I was listening. Charlamagne and DJ Envy said that if they had to go to the lengths that Azriel and Jocelyn's families were going through, they would just
be
say,
like, fuck it.
Because they're like...
Because I'm trying to think of how much energy would I devote to this, especially when you have other kids. And it's like, these kids are now adults. It's like, how much more are you going to fight for your kid? Like, maybe you'll come home when you want to come home.
Yeah, that's what they're just like, no, you're clearly lost.
That's
why
I'm like, let them be with R. Kelly. Like, she's advocating for this man, like over here fake crying on TV and shit for this man. And Gail, like on one of the ones I watched, she was saying like at certain parts R. Kelly had snuck back in
the room,
and he was coughing like when they were saying certain things, basically to signify like that he was there. She was saying he was like coughing really loud or like clearing his throat and stuff like that to let them know like he was in the room and was listening to what they were saying to Gail. Yeah.
Watching the Michael Jackson special helped me understand that Azriel and Jocelyn were lying.
Really?
It helped me be like, okay, they're fully lying.
Why? I didn't watch the Michael Jackson one because to me, I'm like, it's like a day.
It was really long.
It's 4 hours. Yeah, I can't devote time like that.
I fell asleep on that shit, and then woke up and like had it kind of like I had to do something else while I was because I was like, this shit is
long.
They tell you the whole story, so you're with this nigga from fucking 4 years old all the way to fucking like 20 something.
Jesus.
But yeah, so the Michael Jackson special helped me understand that they were lying. The reason why is because Wade Robson, who was a famous choreographer, I remember him from when I was younger.
Britney Spears, right?
He did Britney Spears. Mm-hmm. I remember him from when we were young, but he fell out because of the Michael Jackson shit. His mind got fucked up.
Yeah, I was reading something. They said he had 2 nervous breakdowns. And then he had his son, and he was like, you know, I got to say something because what if this happened to my kid?
They said they started to watch their son turn into the age that they were when Michael Jackson started touching them, you know? So the fucked up thing is Wade, who met Michael when he was like 3 feet tall, he was 4 or 5 years old. Mm-hmm. Like, so Michael Jackson raised him partially with the parents, like, because the fact that the parents... I understand the first night your parents letting you sleep in Michael Jackson's room. I get it because he's Michael Jackson. It's just like,
can I sleep in the room with you?
Nowadays, yes, because we know about all this sexual stuff. But if you think about, they said this was like 86 or 87, like back then. If you think about it, back then,
parents were different.
If Michael Jackson, if you think about it. To me, Michael Jackson is still the most famous person to have ever lived. Yeah. And he has been dead for 10 years.
Yeah.
No one beats him. Not Beyonce, not nobody.
Not even Prince.
Nobody. Michael Jackson is still the most famous, and he died 10 years ago. Like, that's how I feel about him. So I'm like, imagine in 86, Michael Jackson being like, hey, come dance with me on stage. Mind you, he took them on tour, so they were on stage every night with him. These same boys.
Oh, so they get in the bag too. See, this is like where the conflict always comes in.
Got close with the parents. This is crazy. Michael Jackson would go to their house, like a regular little house in a white neighborhood. He would sneak out and hide and be in their house for like a week at a time in a regular neighborhood. They would walk down the street at night so no one would see him. Like, Michael Jackson was trying to live a normal life desperately, but because he was a pedophile.
Yeah, you can't live a normal life molesting kids.
The thing is, it's crazy to think of how many pedophiles are out there that don't mess with kids, but they are attracted to little kids.
Yeah, like the ones that don't act on it and just like think about it.
They know it's wrong, but they are attracted to little kids.
Thank God they don't do it.
Thank God.
That's all I gotta say. Like, be attracted. Ew.
Right.
I don't even want to say that.
Can I tell you an ill from the Neverland? Yeah. We're going to have to put some spoilers in there because I'm about to spoil the fuck.
Yeah.
You know what's fucking ill? When Wade was fucking 7, Michael Jackson taught him how to masturbate, and he was making out with him full tongue and everything. 34-year-old man tongue kissing a 7-year-old boy. That made me want to throw up.
Ew.
Nigga. And people are like, oh, I don't know if it's true. This is the reason why I was like, this shit is true, because Michael Jackson had a history of having like a little boy by his side, as if it was like, oh, this boy's on my tour, so I'm bringing him around. No, Michael Jackson was in relationships with these little boys. Mm-hmm. The reason why Wade didn't say anything until way later is because he was in love with Michael Jackson his whole life. and these are straight men who married women.
Yeah, but if it's like when you're a kid like that and you're confused,
and he's
like,
Michael Jackson,
and you don't, and honestly, as kids, like a lot of kids, like especially if you're not raised in the hood and you don't go through shit, sadly,
true.
you're a blank slate. Like
Yeah.
you do whatever an adult says. Like you'll do whatever adult suggests that you do. Like if an adult does something or you do something and an adult tells you it's wrong or right. So if you're this blank slate little kid, like this little suburban kid that don't know shit, and Michael Jackson's telling you this is right, like this is what you need to do, you're gonna fucking do it.
Especially if you've known him since you were 4 to 5 years old.
Yeah,
you knew him before.
And 4 and 5, like you're smart at that age, but it's just like you'll believe a lot.
You can barely even retain memories at that age.
Well, not my shit. My nephew's is smart. Carter
remember
remembers
all that
everything.
Yeah, it's like he taught him how to masturbate, and then he would make them masturbate each other. He eventually made him start sucking his penis. Like Michael Jackson sucked his penis first to make him orgasm, to be like, yeah, this is a good thing, you know. And then a 7-year-old mouth on a 34-year-old penis, and he said that in the special, and I was like, And then when Michael Jackson was ready to come, he would make him go to the corner of the bed and bend over and just spread his ass cheeks open, and he would just masturbate at the little boy's asshole.
Okay, I don't want to talk about
Yeah. Yep. It gets really fucking dark.
Yeah, that's why they had those mental health professionals there when they were like airing this at not music festival, film festival. I don't recall what it is. But yeah, like they said that they had mental health professionals on standby for this shit. So it's like, for me, it's just like, I understand you guys are victims and you need to have your story, but I would prefer that you write a book where it's like people can choose to read it instead of putting it on television, you know, like, because we understand you do want some type of restitution for this shit. Like, let's not play like you don't want any type of money off this shit. Write a fucking book. But guess what? Books don't sell as much as television do. So you're going to put this shit on television. You're going to have the person there. You're going to have their face so that you see the person's face and you see, like, this is who the pain was inflicted on. Like, so not is it only to make a message, not more so, it is also equally so these people can get money.
And they made sure their mic was right there, so you hear them just like pausing in the gulp.
And about to cry.
You hear the gulp multiple times, and it makes you so uncomfortable.
And you know they enhanced that shit.
Oh yeah, they made sure you heard the way they gulped.
So it's like it just, I don't know, it doesn't sit right with me because it's the fact that he is
dead.
A pedophile.
Yeah.
No, that he is a pedophile. Okay. Then he's dead. And then, so it's just like, so what do you expect to gain from this?
They just wanted to tell their story. And
go to therapy. Tell your therapist.
The reason, that's the crazy thing, is Wade never told anyone until he went to therapy. His therapist was the first person he told. He was like, so he knew Wade since he was little, right? So there's video footage of Wade at 8 years old in the news when all this shit was popping off in 90-something, being like, no, he's never done anything. Like, no. He went, because Michael Jackson called him like, I need you to testify for me, and tell him, like, because he would tell them when they first started having sex, like, if anyone finds out, me and you will both go to jail. Both of our lives will be ruined.
I remember
so
reading
they knew,
that.
Yeah, so they knew from birth, like, from youth, like, we need to lie. So they lied. And then Wade, like, Michael Jackson was fucked up. He treated these little boys like women. You know how men.
And like he was buying one of them jewelry, and they would pretend that they're buying it for like somebody else, but he would take him there to buy him jewelry as a reward for the sexual favors.
And he would have multiple boys, like a nigga would have multiple hoes. Like, so if he had a new boy, the Wade wouldn't hear from him, and his feelings would start getting hurt because they had just had sex. Yeah. And he's 9 years old. Like, he just, we just had sex with each other, and he hasn't called me. And like, oh, it's so fucked up.
Like, what?
It's so fucked up. I'm not even gonna go. But the part that really stuck out to me was the reason why Wade was like the signature person in the thing is because Wade testified against him in court and said he did not do
and
it.
Helped him get out of those allegations
twice.
Yeah.
So as a little kid at 10 years old, and then as a 20-year-old adult, went back to court, because he hadn't heard from Michael Jackson again. And then Michael Jackson started calling him. He said literally, okay,
it would be around when he needed him.
So when he was 11, up until 11, they would talk on the phone often. They showed all the video, like, Michael Jackson bought him a fax machine so that they could write notes to each other and just fax them back and
That
forth.
is weird.
The mom said one time she came home and the entire floor was covered with papers. And they showed a lot of them, Michael Jackson's writing. And it was like, everyone was like, I love you, little, like whatever his nickname was or whatever. Like, and so when he got another little boy, he stopped talking to Wade. And Wade was like kind of hurt, like, oh, dang, like,
where's my
I
friend?
hope he talks. And then Wade hit puberty. So he actually grew.
Yeah.
And then eventually he hung out with Michael Jackson again because he knew Michael Jackson his whole life. He hung out with Michael Jackson again. And after his first time hanging out with Michael Jackson after puberty was the first time Michael Jackson tried to penetrate him. And he did it. He said it hurt and he bled too. Michael Jackson told him, you need to throw away those underwear because you bled in your underwear. Yeah. And then as a 20-year-old, Wade goes back to court to testify because he still loved Michael.
Nigga,
His
he
wife
raped you.
His wife didn't even know. Nobody knew. His family didn't know. And then he finally went to therapy because his life was falling the fuck apart because he had a kid and realized, fuck, somebody could rape my kid.
Yeah.
And then he finally told his whole family and they were just like shattered. Because mind you, he had only raped him. So his whole entire family was like, no, Michael Jackson wouldn't do that. He's weird, but no.
Mm-hmm.
Because the little boy told everyone, he didn't touch me. I don't know what you're talking about. He didn't touch me.
Yeah, he didn't do that to me.
The whole family was like, what the fuck? Like to where the point where the mom said, one of the moms said that the day she heard Michael Jackson died, she was like, yes. Because she was like, he'll finally stop raping boys. Like, because she had realized over time this nigga was just raping a whole bunch of boys. Like,
yeah.
he even raped a cancer victim. You know what's that thing called? Where you
Make-A-Wish.
He had a Make-A-Wish boy who was bald and was fucking having sex with him too. And that's why he went to court one of the times.
Okay, that's not funny.
It's not.
That's really fucked up.
It's like, can you imagine your Make-A-Wish is to meet Michael Jackson? Not only do you meet Michael Jackson, but you fuck him.
But he rapes you. No, you don't fuck him. He rapes you.
Or molest. I don't know how many of them he fucked. But it's like,
fuck.
I just wanted to meet this nigga.
And I didn't want the full package.
I didn't want to split my booty cheeks for this nigga to jack off at. Why did we go this far? Why is the jump like this?
God. I don't know how to handle this.
And so Wade came back after Michael, and he hung out with Michael Jackson like really close to his death. And that's why I remember in the tabloids a long time ago, I don't know if you remember, where it was saying somebody was suing Michael Jackson for rape while Michael Jackson was dead. It was in the news back in 2012, 2013. I remember it so faintly, but I was just like, oh, stupid news. It was Wade, because he finally admitted this guy raped me. He was suing his estate. And the case got dropped. The judge was like, no. First of all, you testified for him twice. And second of all, he's dead.
And that's what I'm saying. He's coming out saying that he lied under oath. It's like, my nigga, no. But the fact that he's willing to like put his own freedom at jeopardy to come out with this is like, oh, nigga, you telling the truth.
He lied under. I feel like, I don't know. You should get in trouble for that.
No,
that's why I'm confused.
I mean, it's still a crime. Technically,
you should.
Like, it's a crime. So,
nigga, you brave.
Yeah. So it's like he's coming out risking his own freedom. So it's just like that's the reason that makes you understand, like, okay, these allegations are not allegations.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's dead is like, what do you do? Like, make his family go to jail? Like,
but you want the estate? You just want money?
You want Neverland Ranch? You want the place where you were raped?
And that's the thing. It's like, even if you want Neverland or the money, it's like, so you're just one of these other people who want money.
Yeah.
Like, it makes you look bad.
Because it's like there are really no consequences that can be done.
Yeah. He's dead.
That's why I'm like, to what end does this, like, what does this reach? What satisfaction do you get from this besides, like, everybody knows Michael Jackson's a rapist?
He
like,
just wanted to be free.
Like, niggas ain't about to cancel him. They'll cancel R. Kelly.
We still listen to Michael Jackson.
But ain't nobody canceling. Even when we heard these allegations a long time ago, nobody was canceling Michael. Now the fact that we know that they true, you really think niggas is about to cancel him? No.
Part of me wants to go back and listen to some goddamn R. Kelly.
Nigga, I'm trying to listen to Remember the Time right now.
I'm trying. No, did you hear what I just said?
R. Kelly.
Okay, because I was like, just so you know.
Yeah, bitch.
I'm pissed that we ain't listening. I want to listen to his songs, nigga. That shit was fire.
But I just try and think about like all the artists out there, and on God, almost all the male artists we listen to have probably raped bitches, and we still listen to their shit.
And if they didn't rape, they were on crack.
Oh yeah, or they abused some woman somehow,
They
some
hurt
way,
somebody or did
or
something
some
illegal.
woman in they, I mean, somebody in their fucking posse done raped a bitch. Do you think we giving up these people? No.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm not. This is one where I stand with AJ. I'm gonna separate the artist from the art, and I'm still gonna listen to Michael.
And it's like,
And honestly, I might do the same shit with Drake whenever he gets taken to jail.
Drake needs to just slow down.
Man, fuck somebody your age, people
But this
that
is-
wants it.
It's like R. Kelly is so broke. It's like, man, we might as well listen to his songs. I mean, like,
Let me
nigga
just
ain't
put
got-
some money on his books.
He ain't got that much money. I mean, we just helping him like make it, like make an excuse.
Okay, R. Kelly, I could cancel.
Yeah, that Neverland shit made me so sad.
Yep, never gonna watch it. Like, my daily dose of depression comes from My Favorite Murder. That's the only depressing thing I can handle. Like, I already struggle with depressing, and you think I'm about to put some more depressing shit in my life? Like,
Yeah.
nah, life is already doing that for me.
That
Like,
shit
I'm not about to fucking go out my way to find
Yeah.
it.
They give you the whole fucking life story. They started fucking 86 and don't stop until 2000 fucking
They got
14.
this whole fucking nigga life.
They got the whole John.
the whole John.
Like, ooh man.
I'm good.
But remember how I texted you about how 60 Days In pissed me the fuck
Yes.
off? Okay, so it's like, I know you don't watch it, but okay. So everyone, people who don't know what 60 Days In, it's a show where people go into prison to try to find out all the bad shit that's going on within a prison. The only thing is 60 Days In is now popular to
And
where
people know.
inmates know what 60 Days In is.
Yeah.
And okay, remember that one time I did have it on, and I was like, that black guy looks like them annoying ass niggas, like where you just see their face and you know they're fucking annoying, like. And so on the show, he was doing so well. He was like he'd be almost damn near a pod boss, like.
Damn.
Everyone listened to him.
Boss
like,
up, nigga.
because he was like, who wants to fight? He was like, y'all.
I'm ready.
Anyway, he was like, fight me.
Smoke, you want it?
Because he was saying like, y'all need this, da 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 da. And if you got an issue, fight me. Like, to the point where no one fought him. Like, that's the level of where he got in the prison. He heavy respect. The pod boss was like, respected him.
Oh,
you
so
know,
he ain't
like,
the pod boss then.
yeah, it was like on it, but yeah, right. It's like the pod boss is the pod boss, but it's like the pod boss respected him, so he was up. He was at the top. He found out where all the drugs was coming from, all the this, all the that, all the good shit, all the COs, all the. And then this nigga did exactly what I expected him to do because I knew he was one of them annoying ass fucking niggas. So this nigga got cocky and was like, I'm cool in here. Everybody know me, we cool. I'm doing this right. I'm doing this right. Like, and so I don't know how they are even allowed to do this in the first place. But first of all, people already in the jail are like, there's camera crews, there's cameras installed. This is 60 Days In. Like, people are already feeling that way. And then one guy asked him, oh, do you know so-and-so, another dude from the fucking show, who's not even in the same pod? He's in a whole nother John.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, oh, yeah, that's my homie. That's one of the cardinal rules of you don't know anyone.
Yeah, you're in fucking jail.
That's my
too.
bro. Oh, yeah, he's from New York.
Oh,
Nigga. And then this is where I say I didn't know this was allowed. That same dude who got that information was able to transfer back to the other pod where the guy he was talking about was in. And he said, old boy from that pod says he knows you. And this guy who's like, he's also doing very well in his program and is like pod boss level like stuff. He's like, he's like, shit, this guy said he fucking knows me. And it's like, he's way deeper in the game in the cell he's in than the other dude.
Yeah.
Literally, remember, did I text you and I was like, I literally almost threw up when I was watching the show. I almost had a fucking panic attack. It was that frightening. Oh my God. Okay. So they're not supposed to know each other. And people find out, how the fuck do they know that? Then this guy gets transferred the fuck back. So I'm like, come to find out in the program, the COs, which we all know COs are involved in a lot of the criminal
That's
activity.
how they get the drugs in.
They have, COs want money. That's the only reason they're a CO is for money. So obviously these niggas hate their job. They wouldn't be doing
like all
this
of
shit.
us.
Most of them wouldn't be doing this. Like, and so, the word gets around like this guy isn't who he says he is. And in the one who he said, oh, the guy from New York, it gets around like this guy isn't who he says he is, and he's like such a leader in the pod. So it was frightening to watch the change of how everyone like
reacted to him afterwards.
Yeah, so he's sitting alone. He knows he's been in prison before. He used to be a gang member and everything. And he like turned around. He's a chapnal or whatever they call. He works for the church. Like he turned his whole life around. That's his like current life. But like, you know, that's why he was a very good participant, because he used to be a gang member. He used to be in jail. He's perfect.
He got this shit.
He's perfect.
On lock.
And so everyone
always talk too much.
always get cocky, nigga. Shut up.
They don't know how.
He was honestly throughout the season, he was already talking way too fucking much, but everyone accepted him, so I let it go. But then he kept talking too fucking much, and then this happened, and so freaking the guy from New York starts to notice that people are talking in the room without him, and it's like he's the leader. They don't talk in the room without him.
The fuck is y'all doing?
You see him start to stress out, and it makes me so uncomfortable. I'm gonna show you it after, because it's a little like you see it and you're like like it is so fucking scary, like. And so he's like, okay, something's going down or whatever, so he chooses not to sleep. Yeah, he was locked in. His mentality was so locked in because he was smart.
Yeah, he knew.
If it was anyone else, they would have been fucked. And so he, like, no one's hanging out with him anymore. He's kind of just sitting, but he's making sure he's facing the window so that he can see behind him. So he chooses, like, just the whole day before, he just faces the window so he can see everyone around him, because he looks like he's like not sweating, but this nigga's sweating.
Stressed, clammy.
He's stressed.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. And then it's time to go to bed. This nigga chooses not to go to bed, and then he's like, something's going on. So the distress signal, I guess, is like stretching your shoulder as if like it's tight. So you just see him like get out of bed and just starts, and he's looking dead in the camera, just stretching his arm.
Yeah.
He doesn't go to bed. He's in the mirror. He's just, everyone's asleep. And then this part is where my heart was like picking up. The next morning, everybody was awake. He said usually half of the pod is still in bed. He said everybody got out of bed at the crack of dawn. And the camera
How
shows.
are they so organized in prison and not in the streets? I don't get it. There's a lack of continuity here. There needs to be balance.
It's like it's just like they rule in the shittiest place.
Yeah,
that sucks.
Nigga, do that in real life.
But
You know how much shit you could accomplish?
I know.
You got to be in jail to be organized.
Like, it's like, what are y'all doing?
Like those memes, like, I need to go to jail so I could be serious about working out. Like, my nigga.
That's so true. That's why I'm like, I need to move away and be alone
and have no friends
24/7,
and then you'll work out.
No friends. And so
I'd have so much shit accomplished.
Right. And so everyone's awake, and he says that in his interview. He's all like, so the first thing I noticed is people who are typically not awake, everybody was awake. And so he gets out. He starts, because if you're standing, you have to walk. Like, you can't just stand still, because they can't see what you're doing. So as he's walking, he's doing the distress signal the whole time. So the whole night, so you're stressed because
and
you're
then
like,
he wakes up stressed.
He wakes up. He doesn't even go to bed.
Oh,
but
well,
he gets up stressed and is just doing the distress signal, just walking around.
When
just
these
like,
niggas gonna come get him? The fuck?
Like, nigga,
they
my
wasn't
shoulder.
watching at night.
Nigga, I was so fucking stressed out. You see everybody out, like, chilling. And so, like, then he sits down. You see him kind of just, like...
Yeah.
You see him kind of, like, just really shifting. Not too crazy, but you just see a lot of, like adjusting himself in his seat. Just, like... Oh, my God. The most stressful shit I've ever seen in my life. And you just see him look... You know, when the camera is... You're watching TV, so you see him look dead at you. Mm-hmm. And everybody did that at some point, because this season got completely fucked up. You see them just all look up at the camera.
So maybe they should just stop doing it.
They need to stop. They need to stop. It's done.
Like, how about y'all just, like, search your fucking wardens before they fucking leave.
Or do the whole show differently.
Yeah.
You can't have a camera crew coming in and interviewing people. You can't have cameras set up. And then, literally, you see one of the, like, because everyone's separated by race. So you see one guy, like, I think he was leading the whites or something. He sees one of the, like, bosses who's in... segregation, whatever it's called. What's it called? Isolation.
The hole.
Isolation. One of the big bosses who's always in the hole is walking past, And so one of the dudes starts doing sign
Oh,
language,
no.
and he did Chicano, like, because the guy's Chicano.
Yeah.
He's
He's like
Chicano.
labeling him out so he could kill him.
He's doing a full signal, and mind you, everyone's around this guy.
Yeah.
Everybody's awake, and you see him saying, he's basically saying, "Is it okay if we fuck him up right now?" And he's signaling like, "We're gonna fuck this guy." And you see the guy. This guy knows this. He's done it. So you see him literally go like, "Oh shit!" Like
about to fuck me up.
Like, and you see everybody now in their seat. Everyone in their seat is kind of just like looking evil, like, we're about to fuck this nigga up. And then the door opens and the CO comes, and nigga, I was like, I almost threw up.
They waited. They did that on purpose. They stressed that nigga out on purpose for some TV views.
Boy, shit.
That's all they did that shit for.
And then, but this is the part, like, that's the main thing where I'm like, I have to show you this, because that was probably the most frightening thing I've ever seen on TV in a long time, because it's like, you almost got murdered on camera, because they know there's cameras here. One of the guys, the same B-Shaw guy who was asking all those questions, he went to the camera and he said, "I know who's in here," in sign language. He said, "I know what you guys are." He does that to the camera. So it's done. The show ends.
Yeah, they really need to stop that shit.
They tell the black guy, they try to tell him, like, you saying that small thing
fucked
caused
everything.
this to happen. He's like, "Oh, you ain't gonna make me feel like," like, I'm gonna show you it, because he is gross.
I already don't like him.
I hate niggas like him, and I could tell by his face when I first saw him that I hate niggas like him. I was like, ew, you just think that you know, but you don't. He's like, "You ain't gonna tell." Like, he literally never took any. And everyone else is pissed because they're like, "No, nigga."
You almost killed him.
He thinks that, like, it has to be like him out loud saying, "I'm on 60 days." Oh, mind you, he took a police CO aside, which I didn't realize until then. He took a CO aside because he thought he was cool with everyone, and told the fucking CO that he's in the show. I found that out at the end and was like,
that CO probably snitched on you.
if
bro.
I could drop my mic, I would. Like, nigga, it's over. Like, and fucking they ended up having to pull out the white guy who was in another one, because they're like, all the men's cells are fucked because they know someone's not fitting in. And then in the women's cells, one of the little crackhead ladies, they were doing really well, but one of the crackhead ladies realized, "You guys are the only girls in here who don't look like you're on drugs." Yeah, and I was like, damn. And the black girl was like, "This crackhead smart as fuck." Like, she really said that, like, she's smart as shit. Like, how you can just tell. And then the black girl, like, she's cool with everybody. Nobody even thought, like, she was super cool with everyone. And when she was talking to the crackhead lady a couple days prior, she was all like, oh, the lady was telling her about drugs. She was like, "Oh, can I get some of that meth?" And she was like,
You don't do meth.
"You don't do meth.
Yeah.
You're a spy." So it was like they accidentally gave themselves away because they looked too clean. Yeah. And then the white girl who was like the boss bitch in the group, she like went up to the crowd. She's like, "You're telling people I'm on a motherfucking show. Don't tell people that bull." Like, she actually turned it around, which worked.
Good.
Like, yeah, she turned around like, "Don't ever fucking." And that girl had a fucking shank in her fucking shoe. So she's brave as fuck to tell that girl that shit. Like, you know, like, "Don't you," and the girl started lying to her like a crackhead would. Like, "I never said that." They ended up pulling everybody out of the show because it was parlaying all the message. Everyone,
Yes.
the COs are also in on it. So the COs are telling inmates 60 days in is here. The whole show got ruined because of that fucking dude.
Well, niggas, keep your fucking mouth shut. That, like, reminds me of at work. Because
Yeah, just breathe it out first.
I hate these racist white people, and, like, I cannot deal. Like, so my company be hiring some weird ass fucking niggas. So on Tuesday, I worked in Ventura, and I worked with the LA team, and I told the night before that I was gonna come in her room and, like, give her a break because she had a long night the day before. I'm not entitled to do this, but I did it because and then so she came to talk to me morning of, and I asked her, I was like, "Oh, how's your trainee? Like, do you need me to come give you a break, or you feel comfortable leaving him?" She's like, "Girl, no. Like, come to my room, please."
Oh no.
So I go to her room after, and she looks hella fucking annoyed. I'm like, damn.
Whatever.
I don't know. I'm like, shit must not be going good in here.
Yeah.
So I sit down, and, like, this nigga starts talking to me. Like, I think I asked him, like, one thing, like, "Oh, like, how long have you been working here?" And he, like, starts talking to me, and, like, I'm just giving him advice, and, like, he had did something, he did it wrong, so I told him how to do it. And then we were just talking, and then out of nowhere, I was telling him, like, "Oh yeah, like, some surgeons are just assholes, but, like, if you like feel like you're right, stand up for yourself. Like, don't let them walk over you, because then that's how you create like a very bad dynamic. Like, no surgeon disrespects me. That shit don't happen.
Yeah.
So and then I told him, I was like, yeah, I was like, but if you're wrong, like, just shut the fuck up. And like, I think I really said that. I think I told him, like, shut the fuck up, because I don't be caring.
Yeah.
So like, I did something with my hands, and he's like, oh, nice acrylics. I was like, these aren't acrylics.
Polish, bitch. Shut up.
I was like, these are my nails. And he's like, really? And like, tries to get close to my hands. And I'm like,
get the fuck.
in my head, I'm like, my nigga, I just fucking said to you, if you're wrong, shut the fuck up. Like, why are you speaking to me right now?
Not minding your business.
Why aren't you focusing on your case? Because I'm not watching that shit. This is you, bro. And so then I showed him, I was like, yeah, look, like, you can see my nails underneath. And he's just like, still seeming skeptical. So I'm like, all right, I'm not fucking talking to you no more, because you're a fucking weirdo and you're fucking annoying.
Yeah.
You already pissed me off after I just told you, if you're wrong, shut the fuck up. Like, how are you going to tell me what my nails are? And then so this nigga, I'm on my phone texting, because I'm like, yo, I wasn't texting during my case. I'm about to text right now. I got a lot of texts. And so he's trying to read my text messages.
Ew.
Bro, these aren't for you.
He said, who we texting?
Yes, he's really like leaned over. And then he gonna ask me, oh, so how does it feel being a black woman in LA?
Is he black?
No. He's a white man from Oregon. And that is the question you decide to ask me after you already falsely accused me of having acrylics.
That nigga ain't gonna last.
He not.
No.
And I'm gonna for sure tell his manager when he gets back, look, yo, don't keep him on your team if you expect to keep your accounts, because you will not keep your accounts with this dumbass nigga.
Tell this nigga to watch his fucking mouth. Like,
this is your first time meeting somebody and you gonna ask me, how is it being a black woman in LA? So I was like, it's pretty much the same. I was like, but just being a black woman in general, you get treated different at different places, and people treat you differently. And he was just sitting there, and then he tried to ask me something else. And I guess he could tell I was agitated, because I really got back on my phone and started texting after I told him that. And he was talking about, like,
I hate when people keep talking to you.
Shut the fuck up.
Stop fucking talking to me.
And so then he starts talking about
I promise we're not this mean.
I know I'm nice in person.
Yeah.
Unless you really, really, really piss me off.
Right.
Like, I'm not, like, I'm New York in my head, but in real life I'm cordial. So he's talking, and then he says something about history. And I'm like, yeah, I was like, history is not favorable to my people, so I don't really like it.
Right.
And he's like, well, you know, there's more history out there. African history is great. Nigga, shut the fuck up, please. And I told him, I was like, yeah, like, I've, like, never really learned about that. I was like, I just don't like history. I was like, I like science and technology. I was like, that's what I stick to. And, like, he was really, like, trying to talk to me. He's like, yeah, sorry if it seems like 21 questions. I'm just bored. I'm trying to get my brain cells back. I was like, yeah, you'll lose them fast in these cases and situations like this. And, like, when Isabel came back, as soon as she came in the room, I stood up and took my x-ray lead off and was like, here, bitch, I'm out. This nigga's fucking weird. So I'm for sure telling the manager, like, if y'all want to keep things smooth, get him the fuck out of here. I'll come help in LA. Like, I don't give a fuck. This nigga weird.
Yeah. Or just tell him to shut the fuck up. People be really talking too goddamn much.
Right? Because I know I gave him, my eyes don't lie. And that's literally all you can see at work. Like, and I looked at him like, when he asked me, so how is it being black in LA? I really side-eyed this nigga. Like, you're asking me this right now?
What is wrong with people?
I'm just like, there's other ways to have conversations with people that are black that do not have to pertain to race.
Right.
Like, you don't have to bring that up every single time that you speak to
That's
me.
funny, because I did have a couple conversations about my hair today. I didn't think twice about it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. People are just weird.
They get uncomfortable. They feel like they don't be knowing what to say, and then they say some dumb shit.
Yeah. We don't hate y'all, but fuck.
Some of y'all niggas is annoying as fuck.
Get it together.
Just like some of us black folk are annoying as fuck. Like, it goes both ways.
True that.
Both fucking ways.
It's a good time for commercial break, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey everybody, interrupting the conversation very quickly to bring to you guys a black business of the week. This week we have Yes Kiss for King. I hope I am saying his name right. So you can find him on Instagram at YEGI YASKIS, the number 4, King, KING. And so this is an artist that I purchased a t-shirt from recently, and let me tell y'all, his art is so cute because he focuses on black women. You know, we important and shit, and literally almost all of the drawings on his page, I don't even think there's one of a non-African American descent or non-ethnic woman. And the shirt that I have on right now is from an ethnic woman with the ethnic woman on it. So you could find his art, his t-shirts, and he has tote bags. He'll even do custom commissions. You can find it on his website, which is linktr.e/YesKiss4King, or you could go on his Instagram, YesKiss4King, and just click the link in his bio, and you will be taken to his website where you can purchase a t-shirt, a tote bag, anything of that sort. His items are reasonably priced because if there weren't, I probably wouldn't have purchased them. So if that's something that you had in mind about the price, it's reasonable, guys. So if you want to check him out, you know, just hit him up on his website, linktr.e/YesKiss4King, and we'll tag it down in the description as well. All right, guys, back to our regularly scheduled program.
Message.
Okay, y'all, we are back, and this week we have a few questions. This one's from Instagram. It's from Frank.
Yeah, Frank Millie from our Pretty Fly Society episode with Cuba God. And you know it's gonna be hard with the numbers. Cuba God and freaking Stay Fly Thrash, but Thrash, you know.
And Thrash Style House.
And that's his real name.
No, that's it. Yeah, his last name.
Oh,
his first name is something else. I don't remember.
Oh, it's his last name.
Mm-hmm.
How did I miss that?
You don't be paying attention.
I don't. Okay. We're back.
I be catching all the little shit. It's okay.
Wow.
We have our strengths. Team.
It works.
This is why niggas got teams.
There's no I in team. Okay.
But there is a me.
I know. That's a good one.
Niggas always say that when they selfish as fuck. But there's a me in there.
There's a me.
All right, Johnny, you're kicked off the team. Okay, so the question is how to approach celebrity family members and not appear to be a leech.
Oh, I remember that. I mean,
I'm like, that's hard.
We don't know because we don't got celebrity family members.
Well, we got niggas that think they celebrities.
We have celebrity friends. We do.
Yeah.
But like, we don't have celebrity family members. So
yeah,
I wouldn't. How would you approach your celebrity friend? We'll just relate it to that since that's the closest relation.
Treat them like they're human.
Treat them like normal people.
Yeah, don't treat them like they're like a fucking god. Like, because I feel like odds are, like, if you idolize somebody and then you meet them and you treat them the way that you have like idolized them, they probably not gonna like it, and then you're going to realize like that person isn't the person that you have made up in your head. You know, so you might get disappointed.
Someone has told me, like, especially about comedians, because I remember going to like a comedy spot and there's a ton of celebrities around, but they weren't like on some celebrity shit. They were just at the bar, chilling. They were alone. Some of them just posted, you know. And so my friend told me, like, yeah, I've hung out with some of these people, and they actually think people are pretty stupid for putting them on such a pedestal when they're a normal person. So you might look stupid.
You might look dumb.
If you try to put them on a pedestal. Treat them like the homie. And then, but this is the thing. The problem, okay, this is the fundamental problem. You want to be cool with them and be chill and nothing, because you don't want to seem like a leech. But where was all this relationship before you needed something?
True.
That's the part that's
it might be
up.
Like, what are you approaching the family member for? Are you approaching them to genuinely know them, or are you approaching them to get in contact with their the person that's related to them that is a celebrity? So it just all really depends on your motives. Like, if you're approaching a family member to get something from that celebrity, I would say 9 out of 10 times don't do that shit, because they're gonna be like, you're a fucking leech. Like, you're really just trying to be my friend and get in good with me so you can get some shit, and they might end up using your ass to get what they want from you and not even deliver, like, and just string you along, like, oh yeah, you know, like, just get us tickets to this, or like, if you have some like goods or products, like, oh yeah, just give us a few of these, and you know, I'll definitely hook it up with him. Yeah, never happens. Yeah. So the approaching family member things, I really think it's just like your intent.
Yeah, but the thing is, keyword family members. So if you genuinely should have probably had a relationship with them prior to wanting something from them.
Yeah.
You can't just be like, oh, now I'm in this business that would be very helpful to have this person, and then all of a sudden start to get all cool and like cozy with them,
and be their friend.
They're gonna look at you like, well, let me just count down the days until they ask me for some shit, because
you know, and they probably expect every person that comes up to them to be asking them for something, not out of like genuine interest. Like you're not interested to them because of who they are. You're interested in them for what they can provide.
Right.
So I don't know. I would probably say don't do it. Unless you're in a situation where it's like they know somebody that you know as well, and you're like, oh yeah, like you're all at the same event and you meet. But if it's like you're just literally like doing a cold call and you're just going up to them, it's not looking good.
If you have connections, that would make more sense too, because then you can get to know them and then have your friend kind of vouch for you being a cool person, and then like being like, hey, that's a little easier. But yeah, if you just pop up like all of a sudden now you want to be family, quote unquote family members with that person, it will come off a bad way. For sure.
I think like people understand like the older you get, almost everything is a transaction. Like yes, you are genuinely friends with people because you like them, but those friendships also provide something.
Right.
It doesn't always have to be monetary, but it's like if the relationship doesn't provide anything, you would not be there.
Yeah.
In most cases.
Yeah, if it's not mutually beneficial.
Yeah, and some people literally stay in situations just because of what the person can provide for them. So it's like in the back of their mind, I feel like they're always going to be thinking like at some point you will ask me for this. I just do not know when. So I don't know. It's touchy.
It's hard.
Very touchy.
Sorry.
Yeah. We can't give you a clear cut answer on that.
Yeah.
I have never done it, but I did meet Drake's dad before. I didn't ask for anything. Didn't ask for shit. I was just there. And it was weird because everybody else was just there too, because he was Drake's dad. Like we all thought like somebody like really knew him, and it was just like, no, it was a whole bunch of strangers that didn't even know this nigga and was really just hanging around with him based solely off the fact he was Drake's father. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I left shortly after I found out nobody knew him. I was like, oh, so we're all being leeches. All right, bye.
Right.
I don't do that shit. Like, I love Drake, but I was not about to do anything with his father or try and find a way for his father to introduce me to him.
His father was definitely trying to get all cozy with other people.
Because, nigga, that means I probably would have ended up getting raped by somebody. And I ain't, no.
Or just sexually, at the least.
Like that story you sent me about that girl and her friend.
Oh my God.
Where her friend, her friend had like a condo. She had a Mercedes and she was living life. She didn't even graduate high school, right? Yeah, didn't graduate high school. So her friend was like, yo, I want money too. Like next time something comes up where I can make money, count me in. So her friend hits her up and tells her like she has a gig and the gig pays $40K. When I heard that number, red flags automatically went off in my head. What are niggas paying you $40K for?
Yeah.
What do they expect in return for that $40K? So the girl goes on the trip with her friend. She says she gets $10K just for travel. And then when she gets there, they gave her another, $5K?
It was like... It was $3K for travel when she gets there.
Oh yeah, I got that. Yep, she got the 10 when she got there, and then she got another amount for doing something else. So she said they were on a yacht with all these fucking men, and there's only like 3 girls, and they basically at one point told him it's time, and they all went into separate rooms and like took showers and laid on the bed, and they told him go lay on the bed, don't move. Niggas come in, fuck them. Then it happens, they go have dinner. Next time, another round of fucking. Nigga slaps her after he comes in her face because she tried to wipe it out her eyes. Then another nigga comes in the room while she's like trying to wash the cum off her face, and he pees on her face. And she's like, well, my boyfriend's in a golden shower, so like I'm used to it. And so then after that, a guy comes in and shits on her chest, and she starts vomiting. And he gets mad at her and slaps the fuck out of her because she's throwing up because some of his shit got in her mouth. I mean, my nigga, that's a natural response.
Yeah.
And so
that's fucking gross. And I tried to put myself in her position too, just to try to imagine
I can't get shitted on for $40K.
I can't get
for
shit
$40K.
But and mind you, they said these are some fat, greasy,
Yes.
Middle Eastern, ugly
And
niggas.
the fact that they made them get STD checked too before they even got any type of money for
Right.
anything, nigga, is y'all gonna get checked?
Right.
You're shitting on me. I could get hepatitis.
Right. I was about to say your STDs are all up in that shit. If
And
you have any.
hepatitis, you could catch that shit easier than HIV. I have said this before and I will say it again. And we had just, like, literally after I
Ew.
said that on here at work, somebody was like, I don't want to get poked by needles. Like, I'm just trying to make sure the patient doesn't have hepatitis. And then, like, the doctor was like, like, no, they say HIV. And he's like, like, you could get hepatitis easier than HIV, right? And so then, like, the person felt stupid or whatever. But, yeah, like, so she couldn't handle him shitting on her, so they shipped her back home and told her she's not getting any more money. But she was like, well, I went home $10K with her.
10K, yeah.
But it's just like, I know for a fact she didn't tell her boyfriend this shit happened.
And she had the nerve to call her friend a fucking human potty when it's like, bitch, you
was a porta potty too. That nigga pissed on you and shit on you and came in your face.
And you let multiple niggas fuck you.
Raw. And you have a boyfriend. Come on, sis.
So how you gonna talk shit?
You can't talk shit.
That was so
Y'all
crazy.
two are on the same level. It's just that you wasn't built for this and your friend was.
Yeah.
That's it.
Shit's ridiculous.
That shit's nasty. And the thing is, I knew people where I feel like they probably would have let shit like this happen to them because they don't fucking love themselves. I hope they do. I pray that they love
For
themselves.
sure.
I pray they find love for themselves and some self-esteem. Yeah, definitely self-esteem. Okay, so this one, I'm not gonna ask that one first because it's like kind of closely related to the other one that I asked. But this one, I was like talking to Shad about this. I was like, should your significant other be able to tell you what to wear and what not to wear? And I asked Vital information too because I was like, I want to see what they think about this because like I just love their mindset about it. They'd be like, fuck niggas, like fuck it.
AJ's mindset is always in a place that I would have never gone. And she has very legitimate reasoning behind her mindset.
Like she's saying, I'm like, damn, you wild. And then she explains it. I'm like,
damn, that's
right.
That's a good fucking reason.
Never thought about that. Thanks. No, because they've like talked about stuff we talked about before. And I'm just like, shit, that's a valid point. Yeah. But yeah, do you think your significant other should like dictate what's allowed?
Yeah. What they say? Did they respond?
Not yet, because I asked them after they had already recorded, so we have to wait till
the next
week because they already released for this week.
Yeah. Well, it depends because it's different if you're Kim and Kanye, where it's like you guys love each other and he loves fashion and he does dress her up often. I mean, it's not like he'll put clothes on her, but you know, he chooses what she wears often. Like she'll even post like, Kanye dressed me like a blah blah blah, and so it's like, okay, I don't think he's controlling her. I just think he likes to do that, and he's been doing that the whole relationship. But it might be a different situation where it's like you want to wear cropped up, and he's like, why you need to have that
exactly
on? And it's like, nigga, if I'm with you, what the fuck are you stressing about?
Yeah,
you know. So it's like two sides of the coin.
Because the way Rashad explained it to me, he was like, well, we just know like as men how we react to those clothing. So it's just like, he don't tell me what to wear. Let's just start off with that. No, that nigga, no, that doesn't work like that. But I do let him pick out my clothes sometimes when I don't know what to wear. He got good fashion sense. So he was saying like when you think about it as a man, like you think about the reaction that you have to when somebody wears those clothes, and it's just like we don't want y'all to have to deal with that extra attention. Like we know you're gonna get talked to anyway. Yeah. But if you like go out in like some like fucking like pasties and a see-through dress, like you're definitely gonna get like so much more attention than you would otherwise. I was like, okay, that's valid, but like, do you not think that she could defend herself like as a woman? Like, because it's like women, you get approached all the time no matter what the fuck you have
all
on.
The fucking time.
It does not matter what the fuck you're wearing. Nope. So it's like, if you're trying to tell me not to wear this so that I don't get attention from men, is it that you don't trust that I won't say no to them? Or is it you're insecure with yourself and like this nigga comes up to me and I'm like, oh damn, like my nigga's not like that. Like, do you think I'm gonna want something better because a man is approaching me and he may be like, if you're a dumb bitch, spitting that shit that will get girls to be like, oh yeah, like I like you, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I kind of get it and then I kind of don't, because it's just like, I'm gonna wear what I want to wear.
Me too.
But I have respect enough to know if something will make you uncomfortable, I'm
Yeah.
not going to wear it.
We have sense enough.
Yes.
Yeah, we have sense because, like you said, that women do wear that shit where they have their titties out, and it's like, yes, I know there's some people who are like, free the titty, and I deserve to be, but then there's some bitches who desperately like don't got a daddy and like desperately need like
It be some of them even be
validation.
having daddies.
Yeah,
Just
that's
like
true.
that one person we follow on Instagram, and you said we almost saw her asshole. Remember?
She got a whole family unit.
So I was thinking about that. Like, just Jazzy or watch Jazzy, she be shaking her ass, right? But I'm like, it's situational. Like, you can shake your ass on Instagram, but it has to match the situation. Like, if you're literally just making a video in your bedroom of you shaking your ass, I'm gonna be a little judgmental. But like, if you're out at the club or out at an event or making a skit and you're shaking your ass in the skit, I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Twerking
like,
is fun in
it
general,
fits.
so it
It
makes
is.
sense.
I
Yeah.
love shaking my ass.
Yeah.
But it's just like, it depends on the situation. Because like in certain situations, it seems like you're doing it just for attention
Yeah.
from a nigga.
Yeah. I
So,
definitely agree with
you
that
know.
shit. Yeah, and the fact it's like some people know what brings in more likes, and so they'll do certain posts, and it's like if you have a string thong and you have your anus facing the camera, or if the it was a whole anus. If the camera was shifted to the right just a little bit, we would have seen the wrinkles of your booty hole.
And you know what? I'm like,
Yeah, man, fuck
her. It's like, because I'm like, she's had a nip slip before too, and like people pointed it out, and she was like, it's not a big deal, guys. Let's move on. And so it's just like, I don't know what people expect to get from what they post on Instagram, and I don't think I will ever
People
understand
be faking
it.
on Instagram.
They
man.
do.
Y'all be hella faking.
They do.
That's why the same fucking person
Oh God.
wanted a man for so long, was trying to get with old boy. That nigga didn't like her, but then got the other person and posted this nigga.
Yes.
I appreciate you, nigga. That nigga broke up with her within the next
He said,
3 days.
"Oh, bitch, you trying to be official?
You trying to post me online?
Nah, we
nah.
good.
Can you do? He probably texted her. Can you delete that?
I got a girl. No, what if he just texted her? I got a girl. What is you doing?
Like, can you? I need you to delete that.
Oh, Jesus, sweet baby, fix it.
Yeah, let's not do
Fix
that
it,
anymore.
Jesus.
We're young, but we can cut that out soon. Just like Chloe. Chloe, let Tristan go.
Let him
nigga.
go.
He's a fucking
Jordan's
slave.
a kid. Like, she ain't got
Yeah.
nothing to do with your nigga cheating. That nigga been doing that
Kylie,
shit.
a fraud ass bitch for not defending her best friend.
Yeah, she ain't said shit.
You didn't even talk to your best. Like, you couldn't talk to her and find out what the fuck
like,
happened.
bitch,
She's your best friend who you've taken her life away from her because she has to be around you all the
all
time.
the time.
And you couldn't sit her down and just be like, I love you. Tell me what. Okay.
You just gonna kick her out.
So I know they're still in communication, but
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, no. I know
That's
you're writing
why-
for your sister, but nigga, it's your sister stayed with a cheating ass nigga that nobody liked.
That's why AJ was saying, like, and Aaron were saying, like, it's just to get the show attention,
It has to be, yeah.
because they don't have anything. Like, nobody cares about Kim's fourth fucking baby.
No.
Kanye's gonna be crazy.
Yep.
like
The nigga be
fucking
tripping, but we
Courtney's
love you.
boring. Chloe's fucking boring. Rob is fat
Chloe-
and depressed.
Yeah,
like
shit.
no,
And Kylie ain't smart.
no.
I saw someone with
Kendall's
this shirt.
probably. I don't know what the fuck she.
No,
be doing.
Courtney's the smartest, probably.
Yeah, because she actually went to school.
Yeah. Oh, she did?
She's
Oh,
the only
yeah.
one that got graduated college.
Wow.
hmm
I didn't know that.
She's the one. I know Rob started law school and then dropped out.
Rob was doing so well, and you know how he's his sister's brother because he lost all that shit behind a bitch.
Yep.
People be putting their life and death
For
behind a nigga
love.
or a bitch, man, and
No.
forgetting that the person that they're obsessed with is also a fucking human,
Mhm.
and so they're also going to do very human shit, which
Yep.
also might include leaving your ass at the drop of a dime,
Yep.
which Adrienne Bailon did, and
'Cause
she got
people-
a whole nother nigga right
yeah,
after.
like people change their minds. Like some days they be in love, and then next thing you know, they're like, "Yeah, I didn't want it." And you're just like, "Oh,
you don't know this
yikes.
person. They might just bring a whole bunch of weird shit into your life. You don't fucking
This
know.
last question we can answer real fucking quick because like it's kind of like what we were talking about in Frank's question. So it's like, do you ever feel like people support you just in case you're famous or very successful?
my
Just in
God.
case, like they're like, I'm gonna support you like for this amount of time, be your friend until then, like, because I think you're gonna be successful.
There's definitely a lot of people like that when the just in case is like a plausible just in case, where it's like, oh shit,
nah, this shit close.
Really be, you know, like,
yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, I could see that. That's a good ass fucking question, like, because I'm like, yeah, there probably are people who are like, I see this thing that I can benefit off of you, and so I'm gonna be your friend, even though if I'm not sure if I'll actually benefit from it. Yeah.
But then I want to be able to say that I was there with you through the mud. Like,
Yeah.
like we
Man, my nigga, we really came out the mud. Like,
niggas love saying that shit. So it's just like, I really do feel like there's some people out there, they don't really like you, but they're like, you know what, you're doing what I want to do, and I want to be like you, so I'm gonna be with your friend just in case the instant you do get successful, I could leech off that success to have my own shit. And when I have my own shit, I'm gonna act like I don't fucking know you.
Right. Like what the fuck, Damon Dash, how that one black director or something. Fuck, I'm forgetting the black director's name. It was all over the internet. Basically, Damon Dash invested like $1 to $5 million into
it wasn't Spike Lee, was it?
No. Someone adjacent to Tyler Perry, but I'm just drawing a fucking blank. But he invested like $1 to $5 million and never got it back. So he confronted this nigga on fucking live. Like, I don't think it was on live, but recorded it and posted it. Like, yeah.
That's all you gotta do. I don't know why people think the internet is like, what?
I'm trying to, yeah.
It's not the place.
I think he was just trying to settle out of court, but it's like, nigga, no.
Go to court.
Your method
just go.
wasn't the best. So, yeah.
People. And then I'm gonna, oh my God, I would just like to make a PSA. If you are about to be 30 and you're still a bum, get your shit together. Because I had some shit happen this week. You know what I'm talking about. And I'm like, my nigga, you're almost 30. How are you still a bum? How are you still stealing shit from people?
I mean, we both had events like that.
Like I don't.
How are you almost there?
If you're almost still a bum.
Let me give you guys a word, because I feel like some people might not know this. We're going to throw numbers out. If you're before
Jesus
30 years
Christ.
old, you need to have at least $3,000
at bare minimum
that you don't touch.
Bare fucking minimum. The bottom fucking level of the threshold is what you're reaching with that $3,000.
The bottom. And that's money that you
don't even need to touch.
Which means you have other money.
Yes.
Don't ever. I'm just like, I
gotta breathe.
I got irritated
because I'm stressed. Like I'm stressed all over again. And I don't need to be.
Where the if you guys are on this motherfucking goddamn internet with all these name brand clothing, but you ain't got that money in your bank account, what the fuck are you doing with your time?
It's just the fact that you're almost 30
and you're at work. Wait, why? Quit. Go live 30. On the street. You're going to work for nothing. Like, we're not high and mighty. We're not saying we're rich, but nigga, what the fuck? What level of lazy do you have to be at to like where you gotta ask for money?
Right? Like, at least I could afford my life.
It's just like, what do you people? What's wrong with people?
Oh, fix it, Jesus.
It's a good time for a look at God.
Yeah.
My look at God is I started my finance job this week.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like,
making that real motherfucking
I know. And it's like, it's crazy because it's like, fuck, I work 7 days a week now. I don't have any days off. No. So every day, it's weird having the idea of every day I need to go to work at some point.
Yep.
That's rough. But I mean, I made it through this weekend. I am tired right now. I am half asleep, but it's okay. I survived. And look at God, because during my interview, the guy was like, oh, it's going to be so boring. Like, don't be too excited. You know, it's going to be a lot of tedious work, and don't be
That's and what I live for, my nigga.
And you know, in the interview, you're supposed to be positive. So I would say little positive things, and he'd be like, oh, no. I mean, I don't want you to hype yourself up so much because it's going to be better. Basically, I wanted him to shut. Nigga, this job has been so motherfucking interesting and fun.
Right. This nigga saying that because he been doing it for years and he bored.
He's doing it
change careers.
He's above where we're at. I'm entry level. I've never worked in finance.
I want to do this.
Everything
shit.
I'm seeing is interesting because I ain't never seen it before.
Yeah.
You've been doing this shit for fucking probably 10 years, and the tedious work that you're having us do of yours is probably like entry level work. So you're just bored of the entry level work. Nigga, I'm having a great time. I am like one of the oldest of them. Like everyone, I mean, entry level, everyone's out of their bachelor's, or some people are actually still finishing their bachelor's right now. And then I'm a master's, but it's my first degree in finance. So it's like I'm entry level too. So I'm like, that shit's fun. Thank God. Like, had like very, very, very minor conflict at work because I'm working with kids.
Yes.
Who don't know what it means to work in industry or to work in a professional space.
Nigga, that's how I felt when I went back to working at Hollister in college. I was like, oh, so these are high schoolers.
Can't do it. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was like in the meetings, they don't know how to operate. They don't know how to speak up. They don't know how to conduct a meeting and like, update him on what the fuck you've been doing. And they're just sitting there.
What do you think you're supposed to do?
This is, you guys. So, okay. So I came in a week after, not a week. I came in like half a week after everyone else started. The main project I haven't even touched on yet because I've spent the whole week cleaning up the fucking mess, and now it's organized. I spent an entire week.
Yep, you're that person too.
32 hours because I started on Tuesday instead of Monday. So 32 hours cleaning up the fucking mess. And the crazy thing is when I started my first day, all of them were just doing the main task back and forth. Like that was just, they hadn't even seen all the holes and all the mistakes and all the this. What? My boss seems so relieved to have me there to the point where he praises me too much in front of them. And I'm like,
they're going to make them not like you.
Yeah. And well, I don't give a fuck about that.
I know, but they'll like start doing little shit and it'll be annoying.
Yeah. Fuck. I hate having coworkers.
Mm-hmm.
But they'll have lower self-esteem too in their work. I kind of had to I keep telling them this is some of the stuff he has us doing is master's level work. Yeah. So I made sure to tell them, just so you know, this is a master's degree work. I did this in my master's program, so I'm not surprised you guys haven't done this. Yeah. I'm surprised he's putting this on you because it's his work. Mm-hmm. And so I'm trying to tell them it's just so crazy to go back to people who have no work experience. So all the tasks we're doing, I write down. Mm-hmm. So it's on my resume. My LinkedIn, watch that shit update this week. Booming. It's about to be booming. And it's my resume is about to be booming too. And it's they're not keeping track of everything they're doing.
That's because they don't know.
They don't know any. And it's they don't know.
Bitch, I got my awards written down. I got my raises.
They can't prioritize. Down. You know how you're supposed to, you get a bunch of tasks, you prioritize your tasks. They were doing so poorly at prioritizing that I started sending them emails at the beginning of the day of, this is what we discussed yesterday, what you're going to do today. Let me list it out for you again.
Where is their brain in the meeting then?
They're fucking kids. They're kids. That's the best way to explain it. They're children. I'm working with kids. The difference
a few years makes.
Right. The difference
a few
couple
years
jobs
and a little bit of
makes
experience.
too.
That's why jobs be stressing on that shit.
And I've had a ton of jobs in my life, and these people probably have had two. Right. Yeah. And so it's I remember I got so irritated because this dude, I sent him an email, and this is the thing, I'm not telling him what to do. Mm-hmm. I'm giving you a summary of what we discussed, what your boss and us talked about you doing tomorrow. Yeah. So I give him an email of it. And I say, this is at 9:30 a.m. And I said multiple times, if you don't know what you're doing, ask. There's one girl who's a master at Excel. If you are stumped in Excel, ask her. Send her that cheat sheet. Ask her. But it's just a whole bunch of other shit. But it's ask her. And I said, don't wait until right before the meeting to ask her. He proceeded to do that anyway. Okay. He asked her for help at 3 p.m. The meeting's at 4. Mind you, the paperwork has to be sent to the meeting people at 3:30. And then at 3:25. I said, you got all this stuff on the checklist done, right? He said, what? Mind you, when you don't have any industry experience, you don't even check your emails well at work. What? You don't go back. You don't flag. You don't itemize. You don't. Yeah. So he went back to the email. Only 2 out of 5 of the things, mind you, 5 minutes are left. 2 out of 5 of the things. He said, well, because the boss told me to do this too. Okay. Did he say it's due today?
Yeah. Okay.
The stuff you're working on, we're not even going to touch for another 3 weeks. And you focused on it. God damn. Sorry.
Look, don't try and save the sinking ship. Let niggas sink. Because my manager literally just had to tell somebody that's I was talking to him on the phone and he was blah, blah told me that she wanted to do this case instead. And he's I told her, why don't you tell Ashley instead of waiting till 9 p.m. at night the day before to bring it up? Because he was at 9 p.m. Ashley's not checking her phone and she's not checking for that. I was you damn sure right I'm not.
Nope.
I was I'm definitely not looking for that.
Yeah.
So no. It's just people are stupid and the person that did this is old. So it's just bitch, You're holding on by a
What's going
thread,
on?
and I'm about to cut it. Stop fucking playing with me. Stop fucking playing with me. I don't have the fucking time.
I didn't mean to fuck up my look at God, but these are things that came with the new job.
I mean, look at God, you got that stress.
Yeah, look at God.
Yeah.
I got this new job. I got the experience on my resume. It has officially commenced.
And
So
look
they-
at God, like, you fucking know what the fuck you're doing somewhat.
Yeah.
Like, even though it's entry level,
Even-
like, you're still, like, equipped to do it.
There's some shit that I still don't know what the fuck he's talking
It's
about,
alright.
but it's all prioritized. So when I get to it, what I'm gonna do is get my ass up
Ask.
and go ask him.
Yes.
Like these dumbass niggas,
Ugh.
they spend from 9 to 3 trying to figure it out on their own. Then at 3:15,
Okay, but look, even from 9 to 3 on YouTube, you can figure it out.
nigga,
Like, I figure shit out on YouTube all the time.
and
I be watching surgeries on YouTube if I'm like, hey, I ain't did this before. Like, let me see what they're gonna do.
and it's like I told them. Our boss told, okay, like he said, because he told everyone what they need to know. And when he got to me, he said, Nina, you need to know everything. Everyone else, he said, you're good at this, so make sure you get to know
Yeah.
this. You're good at this.
But wait,
make
why
sure
is
you
he baby? Like, are their positions the same as yours, or are they different?
No, it's the same. They're not
So
getting
then-
paid the same as me,
Oh,
though.
I was about to say, why are they
Yeah,
getting baby?
Because these dumbass niggas didn't negotiate.
Oh.
They didn't talk about it because they don't know to.
They were like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Okay. Yeah. And so, and some of them are part-time too, like, because they only have a certain amount of hours allocated for the project or whatever. And he's not even babysitting them. He's just seeing who he's going to recommend when the period's
Yeah,
over.
and he ain't recommending that nigga.
He
you was
ain't
talking
recommending
about.
nobody.
But
There's one girl in the group where if she could speak up, she's powerful, but she's too timid, like too timid.
See, no.
But she's fucking smart as
That's
shit.
why I'm glad I got this job. I guess I could say, look at God, I have this job because it's taught me how to speak up. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, there's some days, like, okay, there was this day I was at work and I was with this surgeon and he's pissed. Like, he was just yelling, dropping F-bombs everywhere. Like, he
Shit.
had did something and a retractor slipped and he was like, motherfuck, like, what the fuck? Like, he's like, what the fuck is this not fucking working? And I'm just like sitting in the corner like, I hope he don't talk to me. And then
that face.
and then, like, of course, something goes wrong. And so, like, I have to interrupt this nigga that's dropping F-bombs everywhere to tell him, like, that this happens. And he's like, all right, thanks. And it's just like, if you're a scared little pussy-ass nigga, like, you're not going to say nothing. And then they're going to be even more mad at you for not saying anything. So look at God for that. And then look at God that living with my nigga's not that hard.
That's
I was,
fantastic.
woo,
How
niggas
many
be
months in are you?
scared.
2.
Too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or
like,
about to be 2.
about to be too. Like, I know, like, it's the beginning, but a bitch was worried. Because it's like, I feel like when you
Yeah.
live with somebody, it's like, do I really fucking like you? Like, because you're going to be around them a lot.
You got a whole lease to find out.
Yeah, right. So, like, it's like that's really, like, a determining point. And, like, now I understand, like, why millennials are having higher success rates at marriage because of cohabitating. It's like, because if I think about it, like, if we had gotten engaged and then moved in together, it wouldn't be the same type of building that we're having now. It would be
True.
more of like that fairy tale blissful bullshit. Like, oh my God, we're married. We're gonna get married. Like, we're finally doing this. And it's just like, no, it's like, we're gonna live together. We're gonna figure out what works for us.
Yeah, live your
Like,
lives.
figure out like how to clean up. Like, just figure out and like how to orchestrate everything instead of having the stress of like figuring out your wedding and figuring out how to live together.
Yeah, I'm figuring out how the goddamn kids
Yeah.
all running around goddamn house. Fucking
Goddamn.
Goddamn.
Goddamn. Oh, and old boy got married from Coffee and Duchess. What's his name?
Oh, Mecca Swain.
Yeah, Mecca. Yeah, he got
Yeah,
married. So
he
congrats to him.
did.
Kudos to you, boo.
Yeah, shout out Coffee and
You
Duchess and Mecca got
know,
murdered.
Right. Tell me what that married life like so I can
Okay.
know.
Hey.
And like, honestly, I would like to say, people, please stop like painting marriage as such a bad picture because you don't know how to do it and you're not good at it. That's all I have to say. No, because like at work, like everybody has such a negative, not even at work, like in the world,
Yeah.
majority of people have such a negative connotation when it comes to marriage just because they have seen so many people do it improperly. Like, I honestly believe that it can work,
Yeah.
but it's just like it has to be in the way that you carry it out. And since I do have people around me that are married and like I have friends that have gotten married, like I have seen the pros and the cons of it.
Yeah.
And I have seen how I'm not about to carry myself when I'm married. No shade to anyone.
Yeah.
No shade at all. But I'm just saying there are certain things that I am not going to do in my marriage that other people do in theirs.
It's just showing me to like wait.
Yes, like really take your fucking time, people. Like, what the fuck are you rushing for when you have forever?
Yeah. Right. You're rushing for forever?
You're rushing
to
for
death?
Yeah, nah, fam.
That's only
I'm
when
cool.
you part.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I'm trying to enjoy this shit. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, that's all I gotta say.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Drew too.
Yeah.
From Coffee and Duchess.
And he be supporting like a motherfucker.
Yeah, he's great support.
Appreciate you.
He's amazing. All right. So just so you know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Getting It Podcast. There's no G at the end of getting. Subscribe, rate, and review. We're also on SoundCloud.com/WeAreYAGIP. Please follow us on there and comment. We're also on YouTube. Just search Young and Getting It Podcast with no G at the end of getting. You'll see a cartoon version of me and Ashley. Subscribe, comment on there. We're on Spotify at Young and Getting It Podcast with an apostrophe at the end of getting, because Spotify is different.
Oh, you different.
We're also on Google Play, Stitcher, and Pocket Casts.
You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at YAGI_podcast, or you can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/YAGIPOD. We also have our website, and I checked the stats. Y'all really be going on there. It's www.weareyagip.com. Or if you want to talk to us or whatever, you can hit us up on our Instagram when I remember to post that we're recording.
Yep.
You know, I don't always remember.
I barely do.
Right? Or you can contact us on our Google Voice number, Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com, or text us, call us, leave a voicemail at 323-486-3811. We are still getting phone calls from that inmate. I literally just checked it before we were recording, and we had 4 new missed calls from that nigga.
He has the wrong number, clearly.
I'm like, should we call him back? Like, no,
Nope.
we can't call him back.
We can't.
They left a number, though, to call him back.
Nope.
Which is weird. But I just, like, I wish one time we're going to catch it, and I'm going to tell this nigga, like, yo, this is not who you think you're calling.
He has the wrong fucking
you're
number.
wasting your time, and I'm so sorry.
He probably thinks he's calling his, like, girlfriend, and she ain't picking up.
He's probably getting pissed.
Yeah, because he
Man,
called a lot.
I'm sorry, fam.
I'm sorry you're in jail, but, man.
Me too. I don't know what you did, but...
Stop doing crime.
Right?
You know, no diss. All right, well.
Bye, guys.
Peace.